It is almost Christmas time, and there are still so many fun things that I want to share with you. So today we're going to go through and talk about all kinds of things. I wanted to show you this DIY puzzle board that I made, and I use the word made loosely. I just went to the thrift store and I picked up this frame. It was $5. It is enormous, and it fits the size of all of the puzzles that we have. I can move it from the ottoman to our table, and then it actually stores nicely under our couch. So this has been so nice for these holiday puzzles. I may eventually paint over the design or do something different, but this is exactly how I bought it in the store, and for now it is really working well for us. So while the kids are working on their puzzle, I am just getting a simmer pot started. You guys have seen this many times. I'm sure probably many of you do your own. This morning I peeled a grapefruit for myself and Andy to share. So these are just those peels. Whenever I can, I like to do this with a simmer pot instead of having to use a whole piece of fruit. Sometimes I do that too, but it's nice to just be able to make use of those peels that we already had anyway. Hey everybody, I have the tree behind me, I have the crackling fireplace over next to me, and I thought it would be a good time while the kids are outside to show you what I have in their stocking. So hopefully I can get this done before they are done playing. Stockings to me are so much fun. We typically do them last on Christmas morning. My son has asked this year if we could do them first, so we'll see if we end up doing that or not. I am actually doing something this year that I've never done before, and that is wrapping my stocking stuffers. I've never done this. I've kind of felt like it was like an extra step, and my parents didn't do it growing up, and I feel like sometimes you kind of pattern what you do after what your parents did for you. But Christmas has just come so quickly this year, and I know I'm not the only one who said it. I know a lot of people are feeling that with how late Thanksgiving came in the year. Even with the preparing that I felt like I did, I still felt behind. I still feel behind. So I just thought if we wrap the stocking stuffers, this will prolong the morning just a little bit more. So this will be my first time trying it. I don't know how it will turn out. I don't know if it will become a yearly thing or not, but I'm gonna give it a try this year, and I'll report back and let you know how it goes. So with stocking stuffers, I try to do a lot of things that I know my kids like, as far as treats and as far as candy and like their favorite things. And then I also try to put some quirky things in there. I really try to find a balance between not putting a lot of high dollar items in there, because you know, your stockings can get really expensive really fast if you do that. But also I try to not just put junk in there that the week after Christmas we're going to want to donate. Their stockings are pretty similar in nature, but they do have some differences. So I'll just kind of go through them side by side, and I'll show you in each category what each child is getting. For reference, if you're new here, I have a 7-year-old son and a 5-year-old daughter. All right, so the first thing is something that I actually purchased today, and this is such a cliche thing. You know, it's like such a memeable thing and a joke thing, but they're each getting socks. So I just got Abram plain black ones. They did have Pokemon ones that I wanted to get him, but when you wait until, you know, the last minute, you can't be choosy, and they did not have his size. So I got him black, and then I got Andy just kind of an assortment of colors. All right, probably from, I don't know, Halloween on, when my kids would see something in a store they would like, I would take their picture with it and say, well, maybe it'll show up at Christmas, you know, that kind of thing. And so that actually wound up helping me in a number of ways, stockings for sure. So we had seen these little head massagers at Walmart, and I think they were $1.50 each. So I got a blue one for him and a pink one for her. I think these will just be, you know, fun, and they'll probably torture each other with them and all of that. Another item that my daughter had seen whenever we were out at the store were these princess press-on nails. So I went back when she wasn't with me, and these will be in her stocking. All right, I mentioned these in my Black Friday haul, and if you missed that, I will link it down below. And I do have a playlist of Christmas 2024. If you've missed anything that I might have uploaded in the past month, you can go and find that there. but I got these road trip bingos for them. We have had these before. We got them at a yard sale. And then my daughter was just old enough that she was like, you know, tearing the coated cardboard apart. So they really weren't in good shape. So on Black Friday, I got them each one of these. These end up being really fun, and they do have ones that are kind of more catered towards if you're in an urban atmosphere and if you're in the country. So I just think they're really fun. I was actually at the thrift store and they were stocking new items and reorganizing and everything. And I was telling the girl that I was looking for stocking stuffers, and I know her, and she just happened to have these in her hand, and Abram had just gotten one of these from the gift shop at the zoo, and it broke and all of the water, was not in it anymore. So if you've never seen these, they're these little like handheld, they look like a video game, but there's nothing electronic about it. They just have water. So you've got these little rings, and then these buttons, introduce some air into the water, and you try to see if you can hook them onto the little posts. So we've got this one that kind of looks like a video game, and then we have this one that kind of looks like a rocket ship. So they'll each be getting one of those. All right, so I have one more thing here before I get into the kind of food and treat items. So I was at a birthday party with my kids this summer, and a mom there mentioned that she saw these pocket microscopes, and it might have been what she gifted, the child whose birthday it was. I don't remember how we got on this topic. But she made the remark and she said those I thought would be great stocking stuffers. So I just added that to the running list that I keep on my phone. Now, they run anywhere from $13 to $15 to $20. It's kind of a higher priced stocking stuffer, and I almost didn't put it in here, but I decided that I thought it would be a neat gift. So each of the kids is getting one of these pocket microscopes. And it's really neat because it does come with an LED light, and you can just, explore around outside and find something and, put it underneath and really look at it up close. So I hope that this will be a really good gift and something that they use for a long time, something that will help them to enjoy and learn and be educational outdoors as well as indoors. So that's the last non-food item. All right, I don't think I've put potato chips in there before, but one of the things that my daughter asked for as we were in the checkout line, and they've got all the things there, was a bag of potato chips. So I ended up prodding and figuring out kind of what they said their current favorite potato chip was. So I got a bag of cheddar and sour cream for my daughter, and I got a bag of plain Lay's for my son. Going right along with that, they had these cute little holiday bags of the Utz. Is it Utz? Utz. Anyway, the white cheddar snowballs. So I got them each one of these little packs. I always just try to find little holiday things or holiday versions of things that I know they already like. So these are a nerd rope. These are the holiday edition. I love finding things that remind me of my childhood and what I got in my stocking. In fact, they just Sunday at church were gifted one of those large popcorn tins that's divided into multiple flavors. And my daughter said, "What is that?" And I said, "That is my childhood." It was just so nice to see, this tin of popcorn. And I can remember my grandparents gifting this to us, So I remember getting the candy canes that are filled with candy of all different types. And I think I would normally get the M&Ms or the Hershey's Kisses, but I ended up getting Skittles for Abram and gummy bears for Andy. They each will get a Reese's Christmas tree. I got them each one of those Kinder Joy eggs. When I looked at the pricing of them, the Christmas ones are actually slightly more expensive than the regular ones. As I was checking out, I saw some regular ones in the aisle, and I noticed that the price per unit was less than these, and I was tempted to swap them out, but it says that these have a holiday toy inside, so I just paid the little bit extra per unit, so whatever's inside is holiday related. And then the last food item, Abram really loves the Lindor truffles. His favorite are the milk chocolate. So I got him this cute little pack of those. You'll have to let me know down in the comments if you have a favorite holiday treat or holiday candy. There are so many good ones out there. I do love those Lindor truffles. Of course, you can get them any time of year, but those are really delicious. There are so many really great ones. The Reese's trees are great. So many good ones. I realized there was one non-food item that I forgot to tell you about. One of the things that I was just thinking about in the months leading up to holidays was what to include in stocking stuffers, and I realized that one of the things I enjoyed in childhood was scratch and sniff stickers. So I found this pack on Amazon, and I will open them closer to time and split them between the stockings. So they have 12 different scents. They have 24 sheets of stickers. So this will just be a fun little thing to include. I could even see us using these for homeschool, you know, when they've finished something and, you know, I want to put a sticker on it or whatever, but I think the scratch and sniff is really fun. I would also love for you to let me know if you have any stocking traditions, any stocking must-haves that maybe I have missed. Maybe there are whole categories that I could, you know, really beef up the stockings and make them that much better in the future. All right, you guys, that is everything that I have put in my kids' stockings this year. So by now, our simmer pot is simmering away nicely. You can see it. I wish I could let you smell it because it smells so good. I want to take you through, and instead of doing a full house tour, I just want to show you some of my favorite details this year, starting with these silhouettes. I made these a couple of years back with thrifted frames that I found, and then I created the silhouettes myself. And I've just added some bows to the top of them. In our old house, I added these to the tree every Christmas, but now that they have such a prominent spot hanging on the wall in our home, I really hate to remove them. So I just add the bows and leave them here, and I'm really enjoying it. As we pan over this way, I've added our Christmas cards here on this little bulletin board that covers up our panel for all of our power. And I really enjoy being able to see all of these at a glance. Another thing that I am really enjoying is displaying things that we eat, things that we use on a regular basis. So anytime that we get sweets that don't have to be refrigerated, I like to put them in this glass cake cover. I've talked about this before. I think it's a really nice way to display all of those things coming in and not have, 3, 4, 5 bags and Tupperware containers just collecting on the counter. So I really enjoy doing this. Right next to that, I have these 2 jars. I've done this before with displaying the M&Ms, but I've never done the peppermint sticks. This was another thing that I bought on Black Friday, was the peppermint sticks. And then the container that they are in was thrifted. And then I think maybe I got this one with the M&Ms. I think I got that container at a yard sale. But I have really enjoyed having those here. Now, as we pan up, last year I did put garland on top of the cabinets, but this year I added some red beaded garland throughout it, and I have really enjoyed that little pop of red up there. Another thing I did differently this year, last year I did put this gingerbread on the back of the stove, but in addition to that, I put this gingerbread house mold back here. We've actually had this for years and have never used it, so I'm hoping that this will be the year that we use it, but I just think it looks really sweet and charming, propped and displayed here. As we go down the hallway to the kids' room, I really love this mirror topped with garland and a bow. Now, this is something I've been wanting to show you guys. This was something that we found in the Christmas room at our thrift store. My grandmother had one of these, and as soon as I saw it and heard it, it felt like her house, and I knew that I wanted it for my kids' room. So I just wanted to take a minute and share this with you guys. I think that it is just timeless and charming, and we have all enjoyed it so much. My husband also added a little strand of colored lights around the edge just to kind of enhance the ambiance. But we have really enjoyed this little scene. I will have to say, out of all of the decorations and all of the details, my favorite thing continues to be our real Christmas tree. We have gotten a real Christmas tree every year, and I think the whimsy of the real branches is just something that's hard to recreate. I love that it's got a personality of its own. It's so fun to look at it and look at the shape and how different branches kind of poke out a little here or twist a little there. I just really enjoy our real tree. Every year we say, this is the most beautiful one we've ever had, but this may be the most beautiful one we've ever had. I'll pan over and show you a few of our favorite ornaments. I still have a lot of wrapping that needs to be done, but I did just want to show you, I love the combination of seeing all of the papers that I've picked out over the past couple of years, seeing them wrapped under the tree. That's one of my favorite details. Now, something new that I decided to do this year was I took this thrifted brass frame and I printed out Christmas photos from each of the kids' first Christmases. This has been a really sweet touch, and I really enjoy looking at it. And then panning over to the Christmas tree, we have a new ornament on our tree for our third little baby, which we will be expecting in the spring. We are just overjoyed. We are so blessed and so thankful. So at the time when you are seeing this, we are almost halfway through our pregnancy journey. So in the spring, we will be adding another little boy to our family, and we just could not feel more blessed and thankful. So I just wanted to share this with you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll talk to you next time.